Hey, what's going on, Naprals? Today, I'm going to be teaching you all how to make some challenges. We're going to be going through a tutorial with a stranger that I met on Twitch. So for this video, I figured it'd be great, okay, just perfect, if I made this into a video and had him be here because it's funny. Basic story, he randomly asked in Tyler's chat, hey, can someone teach me how to make good challenges? I said, yeah, I got you. He's like, dude, let's go to Discord. And I said, okay. And there you go. Now you know my Discord. I'm ready when you're ready. Let's do it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. Do you have VTD6 open?
No, let me do that. Let me do that right now. I came in this very unprepared, unfortunately.
Don't worry. You can also join my live stream later, as well as subscribing. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And of course, for the video, I have to plug it. Zombie Dudes, or no, what is it? Twitch.tv/ZombieDudes640. Easy.
Even I don't know if that one was sarcasm or not, but...
Hey, I'm gonna be the Mr. Beast of the balloons community. It's gonna be great.
So I started playing about maybe a month ago, and I have about 15 black borders, but they're all on an easier map.
Okay,
so
you know the game.
I have zero experience making challenges.
Alright, perfect. Glad you asked. First thing you want to know about challenges, you should go into them knowing an idea of what you're going to do. For example, you want to make sure, because they don't have an update to where you can have it and it's like you can ban upgrade paths. So you have to limit the money and you have to find the perfect round.
Damn it, this is not the code. Oh my god, I'm messing up already.
Don't worry, I can cut this all out.
Alright, that's good.
Okay, so first things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change this.
I'll change it later, but I gotta edit the challenge.
Yeah, so the thing about the names is that you can add them after you beat the challenge and you don't have to replay the challenge, but if you change the actual challenge, you have to replay the challenge. So definitely change it to a meme title. If it's not a meme title, I'm uninterested.
Oh, okay. That's a very good tip, actually.
Another thing right off the bat, I see max of 2 towers, that's good. Some of these towers, if you're gonna have this many towers, you should really limit it. You should have at most a couple of bait towers. It looks like here there's way too many. If you're gonna have it, either have it to where every tower has a purpose, or to where some towers, like example, a lot of people put farm on a round 100 only challenge. That's interesting because what if?
Yeah, it gives the factor of, what's the factor? I forgot the factor. Let's just not talk about this now.
Another thing, always have continues on or off. I don't know. What does continues do? Is that like to where you can restart the round if you go out? I don't know.
Yeah, you can continue the round even if you lose.
Okay, so I'm not actually looking at what I'm doing. I'm just randomly doing. Though it's round 40. I'm gonna restart this. It's just doing randomness. Okay, this is gonna be perfect.
Alright, so my idea was to take out the helicopter, which is what Tyler beat it with, and to take out the ace because it makes it too easy to beat the round. So,
I don't remember. Are there strong ceramics or fast balloons?
No, it's just it's 96% health Moab, which is important if you're using the intended strat, but not really important.
This?
Yeah.
Okay, so this by itself, I don't think is gonna work. Plus, I can't sell.
Yeah.
That actually probably can work.
No, it didn't work. Oh my god. I would have been disappointed if it worked. But it does work with another tower because Tyler did it.
Okay, tip number 2. Once you beat a challenge, you need to check for the cheese. If it's a cheesy challenge, then the challenge, it's a cheese.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But these are the things you gotta consider. What if they do use Spike Factory Moab Shred in the back? That's why if you limit the towers, it limits the cheese.
I think I'm pretty sure you can beat it with Moab Shredder.
So what you wanted was for caltrops to be OP?
Yeah, caltrops should be OP.
Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, one way to make streamers notice it, tip number 3, have your tower that is important be the first tower. So cut out all of this, if it's not necessary. Unless it's necessary.
Whoa.
So a lot of people have their trap towers towards the back, which is weird, but that's just how it is.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I only have this. Tip number 4, no RNG if it's preventable.
Oh.
Mainly, to go over review the first 4 rules, have it a challenge that you already know what you're doing. Like you said, caltrop. Tip number 2, meme title. That wasn't tip number 2, but it's tip number 2 now. This challenge, I would say caltrops OP as title, and then there you go. Some people use binary codes, some use other random Mayan texts. Find whatever Russian text you can find on the internet, translate the word caltrop, and then see if the streamer figures it out.
That's a smart idea, actually. I honestly might consider that. Out of all the ideas you've given, that is probably the one that I'm going to be considering the most.
Tip number 6, this goes without saying, but crop your challenges. You've already done it. Good job. Most people, as you've seen, Tyler recently just skipped around like 3 to 89 challenge. It's not that you can't have long challenges, but think about if you were the streamer and you saw around 3 to 89.
Yeah, it would probably be very boring for my chat.
Nobody ever will play that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, if you have 2 other numbers that are still long but don't seem as long, then streamers would most likely play it. For example, if you have 2 random numbers, 17 through 49, why would they choose those numbers? And then they play
I get where you're coming from. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good tip, honestly.
There's one with boat only on logs that's like 15 through 40, and that's still like 25 rounds, which isn't that long, but it's still decent enough. But then every single round was hard. So crop your challenges, or have unique numbers so that streamers play your long challenge. Okay, tip number 7. This kind of goes along with tip number 1 of know what you're going to do, but have a unique gimmick to your challenge. Don't just have, well, caltrops as OP is a pretty good gimmick. But for example...
Yeah, because I saw so many streamers dissing about it and say it's not even a good upgrade. I wanted to prove it to them. I wanted to show them how this lowly ninja with caltrops could actually prove to be OP.
Exactly.
He had a very, very rich background, training with his Grandmaster Ninja and learning all the caltrop tactics.
So if I were you, what I would do, the very first thing I would do is I would go for ninja only, figure out a good map for caltrops, whatever map is best for caltrops. Let's just say it's this one for now, just for an example. Limit the money to where it's specific caltrop money.
Yeah.
And then just fiddle around with the modes. Probably easy because it's caltrop, so I mean realistically. And then maybe deflation work. No, maybe apocalypse. But apocalypse, the caltrops don't disappear. So you know what? I think I'm gonna have my caltrop challenge be apocalypse 20 through 30. And plus I have 4,000 lives, but assuming I didn't. So what you're gonna want to do is fiddle with it. I can see that's not gonna work, so I can change it immediately. Let's change this down to 300. Give myself... I don't want to afford like a good glue gunner, so say $1,400.
Yeah.
And 10 through 20. Now we just made it like easier in 3 different areas. You might want to fiddle around once you get a decent going with only 1 different area. Boom, there's tip number 7. Make micro adjustments once you get a good go of it.
Oh, that's actually pretty smart. I didn't think of that. Starting from like an impossible end and slowly going down in difficulty. That's actually smart.
So tip number 8, ignore powers, and I pretty much just ignore continues. Monkey knowledge depends on the challenge. Typically, leave it on or off depending on your preference. But then selling is important depending on if it's chimps. If it's chimps, it depends. I'd leave it on because that makes it more interesting. Unless it's the challenge specific. But if it's not chimps, or the other of that, then that could also make it interesting depending on the challenge.
You can beat it with the glue and 1 other tower. I know for a fact.
See, now if you're going for an easy challenge, that's good. But tip number 8, make your challenges not very impossible, but also make them to a difficulty to where it's easy, but there should still be a solution that you need to find. Solutions are important for challenges, not difficulty.
Wow, Spike Factory actually does insane amount of damage. I never realized.
Yeah, that's another cool thing, is figuring out all these intense gimmicks of the game. That's why I have Balloons Trivia Showdown. Plugging that right now. Go watch Balloons Trivia Showdown, and it'll show you all the unique gimmicks of the game. It's crazy.
Oh, actually, about BTD6?
Eventually.
Oh.
Once I find a charity. Tip number 9. Have as few of these as possible. If you can have one line of this, max, that'd be perfect. When I'm a streamer and I see a full thing, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be one heck of a challenge. But when I see this, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to get in this challenge.
Oh, I get it, yeah.
So, tip number 9, the simpler the challenge is, the better. If you limit...
So more appealing.
Yes, the amount of things on screen, the crazier it is. If you have a few number of ninjas, few number of rounds, it's nothing crazy, then boom, good challenge.
I get that. I dig that.
If I just adjusted this, say, oh, I want these to be 11% harder and this to be 5% whatever. Then boom, I just made it this much crazier. Oh man, look at all this. How am I ever gonna beat it? And then it's crazy.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, PewDiePie's been running out of content for a long time as well, so...
Tip number 10, keep your challenges up to date. I know so many people are still submitting challenges made in 9.0, and the streamer's like, oh man, is this possible? And then if it's not possible, or if it might just be barely possible, they'll only try it a few times because they're like, alright, probably impossible. Tip number 11, keep your challenges consistent on update versions. If you make it on the phone, it has to be the correct version from Steam, otherwise you literally can't play it, or it might be the other way around. Either way, keep your challenges cross-platform.
Yeah.
You got 3 different upgrade paths per tower. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 towers. 3 times 12, that's 48 different possible solutions somebody could come up with. Tip number 12, have a specific number of lives, money, and start and end round. Specifically the money. If your challenge ends with $0, streamers are gonna know that's it.
Yeah, it does actually end on $0 if you use my intended strat.
Which isn't necessarily bad inherently, but it makes it easier.
Yeah. Okay, the strategy is actually surprisingly consistent. I think, yeah, this is very consistent.
You also have to consider the possibility of... Wait, there's only 2 towers, so you don't really have to worry about that. But like, say, if you had more towers, people would just spam like a bunch of 1-0 aces, and then that could easily beat it. Tip number 12, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
1-round challenges are typically the best. Like I said, no long challenges. I typically like to stay within 10 rounds-ish, and have each of those rounds give some kind of challenge. However, everybody, and I mean everybody, has the same exact challenges, and the exact same type of challenge. Whether it's a play Minesweeper challenge, or a, oh, look at Quincy, he's bad, level 20 challenge, or a, hey, it's round 40 only, beat the Moab with this amount of money and or lives, but it's typically just 1 life and money like you had. Or the bad, or the BFB, or the Zomg.
Wait, you call it the Zomg?
ZOMG, whatever. So then round 200, people do that, and you just see the same challenges. Just in different maps or formats.
Do me a favor, can you show me your maps? I want to see how many black borders you have. I mean, it doesn't necessarily represent skill.
I mean, I feel like round 1 or level 119 would display more of my level, but if you want to see how many black borders I have, here you go. There you go. That's all my black borders.
Wow, that's a lot of black borders actually. Both of these monkeys need to be right next to each other, right there. So it is kind of RNG based, not really, I don't know. Sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't, depends on the Caltrops placement. But most of the time it'll work, just like that time, yeah.
Yeah, Caltrop has like 3 damage, which is pretty good considering Moabs. What I would do to build this challenge, if you're doing it like this, I would start with a ninja and then add towers as you go along to see what can and can't stay. So that way you don't have to check for cheese all at once. You can go kind of down the list.
Oh, that's actually a very good idea. Holy crap. Why didn't I think of that? Are we gonna show me something?
I figured you were doing something.
No, I'm not doing something. I'm just waiting for you to do something.
Oh wait, am I still sharing my? Wait, you shared? Wait, we're both sharing our screens right now?
Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. Can you see my screen?
Wait, why can you see my screen?
So
I have it off.
Wait. Oh, that's my screen. I'm seeing from. Wait, that's so weird. That is so weird.
You're just looking at your own screen and you think I'm screen sharing.
Oh, no, that's going in the video. Okay. Tip 13, I think we're on.
Whatever, it doesn't even matter.
You could also have map-dependent levels. For example, they can especially go along with gimmick. For example, if you're doing alchemists only, alchemists can shoot over stuff, so why not this map where alchemists